I decided to make another reaction to this because why not?
Remember when this YouTube mommy vlogger got canceled by like the entire internet? Because I do. Now the woman's name is Micah, and Micah is 20-something, living in Ohio, and she's a family vlogger. Like she vlogs her kids and stuff. And she and her husband, this guy, James, they're big on YouTube. They have hundreds of thousands of followers on their main channel, so they're doing pretty well. And one day, around 2017, Micah and James screw up big time because they decide they want to adopt a kid. Now, James, he really isn't into this idea. Probably because
Well, if I grow up to be a father, yeah, I don't know I don't care how much kids I would want. But just to let you know, I would love my future kids. And my future wife. Anyways, let's continue with the video.
already have 3 kids. However, eventually he does get on board after doing some research online, and they decide they're going to adopt a kid from China specifically.
Jim and I have decided that we are going to adopt from China.
Oh, come on. The website where YouTube isn't allowed? Come on. China, can you at least give YouTube a chance in your country? I just want you to give YouTube a chance in your country. Anyways, let me continue.
We're going to be adopting a little boy from China.
Now, here's the thing about adopting a kid from China. The Chinese government has this rule that if you're an American adopting a kid from there, the kid has to have special needs, which is a big commitment for any parent. But whatever, soon Micah and James are talking to this adoption agency, who shows them some pictures of this Chinese-born kid, and they're like, okay, he's the one.
Wait, hold up, guys. I have to use the bathroom. I'm back.
Now, this kid apparently has a brain tumor and has brain damage. But Micah and James, they don't care. This is
come on.
For us, this new diagnosis didn't scare us. If anything, it kind of solidified that this is more our son than he has ever been.
And so...
Okay, Ray. Okay, wait, hold up. William Johnson, can you please keep up your stories, but make a story about me and how I started my own YouTube career, okay? Anyways, back to the video.
But they start filming a bunch of vlog content, like 27 different videos, telling their followers every detail about how hard international adoption is and how expensive it is to adopt a kid with special needs.
I remember praying, like, am I strong enough to be his mama? Can I do this? Can I give him what he needs?
And their whole audience is on board with this adoption journey. And Micah and James, they apparently start a GoFundMe to help pay for this adoption.
We are doing a little fundraiser for little Huxley.
But anyway, Micah and James fly to China and they pick up their new 2.5-year-old son and they bring him back to Ohio. And they rename him Huxley. And they, of course, immediately start recording him, putting him in their family vlogs, putting him on social media. And for the record, I blurred out his face for my video because, you know, he's a kid. But in the originals, he was not blurred out. Now, just a reminder that these guys are family vloggers, so all of their videos are monetized. Some of them are even sponsored by some big brands. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
they start raising him. James had expected.
We're having meltdowns because we've already had breakfast and we just want to keep eating and it's not time to eat. So we're gonna sit down.
And like he's apparently biting and he's pinching and he's banging his head against the wall and other behaviors that aren't exactly explained by a brain tumor. And so eventually they get him reevaluated and they find out that Huxley has a different medical issue than they were first told. He has not a brain tumor, but level 3 autism, which is the most severe
Oh, come
form of
on.
autism, and
That's-
he's gonna need
oh.
assistance for the rest of his life.
Just because things are hard doesn't mean they're bad. It just means it takes a lot of work.
Now, back when Micah and James first adopted Huxley, they were warned that adopting a child with his condition is going to be extremely difficult. Probably one of the most difficult things they'll ever face. But Micah specifically was sure she could handle it.
So when I heard all of the things that that doctor was telling us, it kind of went in one ear and out the other.
But then she says something in a vlog that the internet is eventually going to destroy her over.
If anything, my child is not returnable.
So yeah, her kid, Huxley, is not returnable. Until... Fast forward a few years to 2019, and Micah and James and their kids, they're still vlogging on YouTube, and they're still one big happy family. But then, their audience, the one who has stuck with them for years through this whole adoption journey, they notice something weird. Huxley kind of slowly disappears from their content. Like he's not in their vlogs as much anymore. Mike and James are no longer posting about him as much on their social media. He used to be the center of like their whole brand and now he's nowhere to be found. And around this time, they have yet another baby. And while there's all this blogging attention on their new baby, Huxley is still appearing on camera less and less. Then, one day, he stops appearing completely. Like he's no longer in their content at all. And of course, the fans are like, what the hell? Where the hell's Huxley? And yeah, they're right to ask. I mean, Mike and James spent years
where is
seeing him
he?
in their videos, making money, vlogging his adoption. And suddenly he's just gone with no explanation? And so months go by, and now it's 2020. And still, there's no sign of Huxley. But then, out of nowhere, Micah and James make a video and they drop a bomb on everyone.
This is by far the hardest video James and I have ever publicly had to make.
So they finally break their silence and they tell their audience that after raising Huxley for 2 years, they've decided that they just can't do it anymore. Raising a special needs son is just too hard.
Once Huxley came home, there was a lot more special needs that we weren't aware of.
And to be fair, raising a kid with level 3 autism, I'm sure that's extremely difficult. So they're not wrong about that. I mean, if only someone had warned them.
So when I heard all of the things that that doctor was telling us, it kind of went in one ear and out the other.
But anyway, so they say that they've decided to rehome Huxley and they returned him to the adoption agency. And they claim that they had initially kept it a secret from their audience for so many months to protect his privacy. Which, they've been forcing a camera in this kid's face for years, like vlogging every moment of his life, and now suddenly they want to protect his privacy? And yeah, their audience is quick to point this out, and boy are they pissed. And so now this story blows the up. Like YouTube commentators are talking about it, news outlets are reporting on it, it's getting mainstream attention, and brands that worked with them suddenly start cutting ties with them. Because this is a really bad look. You see, to the outside world, it looks like Micah and James adopted this special needs Chinese kid just so they could parade him around on their family vlog channel and make money off of him. But when the reality of raising him got too hard, they then decided to abandon him and sent him back. I'm not saying this is definitively true, I'm just saying this is the general public perception of what is going on. In fact, people are so angry at them, they start calling police to get them to go and do a wellness check on their remaining biological
Well,
kids. And luckily, the police don't find anything suspicious or anything wrong. And so